We're recording. What up? What up, collective? How you doing? All right, let's do a quick energy check-in real quick, just to see what's going on. I hope your day is going good. Mine is mighty fine. The level of interference and the level of distractions are so high right now while I'm trying to release videos. I've had the strangest things happen to try to keep me from being able to release videos that help people right now. All kinds of crazy stuff. But we up late, baby. We working hard. Let's do it. What's the next message? Ooh, Ace of Cups came out, right? Some kind of love. It's nothing new, though. Nose itching. It's not something new. Well, what is it about, Script? What are we talking about? Uh-oh. Here we go. It's one of them messages. You find some kind of love emotionally from a chapter that has not closed, where there is sorrow. Come on, give me some more. What? You're finding growth in a space of hurt. You're finding love in a space where little is given. Your options have opened up, but you are in an Eight of Swords energy where you're telling yourself something. You're telling yourself something. What are you telling yourself? What is the collective doing? You're telling yourself that you're happy, but you're really not. You're experiencing growth in a cycle that's not closed. You're emotionally happy in a cycle that's not closed. You're experiencing growth and your options are opening up. You're very happy in a place of feeling defeated. So this is like being happy with a decision from something that just happened to you in your life. And you're happy for the amount of growth that you received from this. Your options are open, but you're kind of closed-minded to the options because you're happy. You're happy with yourself. You're happy with yourself. Ain't that something? But there's a level of confusion as well about something that wasn't the truth, and you're not taking action towards it, but you already know what it is. Something, whatever you just defeated, you're still confused by it, right? But it's like you're not taking action to try to figure out why. Somebody lied to you and you don't even care. That's basically what this is. This is something that you don't talk about in my throat chakra. This is something that you don't talk about, but it took you through a lot of anxiety, cruelty, left you in despair, you know? From possibly an immature earth sign or a younger earth sign. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. They took you through some shit and lied to you, but it seems as if you have just moved away from it and you're just like happy with yourself. It was a victory in your eyes that you got away from it. Cool. What's next? It's like, yeah, you don't even care to go find out what's going on. This is somebody that drug their feet, but you are moving forward with like a wheel of fortune. It's almost moving forward without... Okay, so you moved forward without closing the chapter. So you found love in yourself before the chapter was closed, and that's what... Oh, so you're the one who closed the chapter yourself. Was that the lesson for you to close the chapter yourself, for you to close the cycle yourself? There was something here that you needed to learn, and you learned it and closed the chapter yourself. You closed the cycle out before it needed to be closed out. It seems very specific. I got a ring in my right ear for that. This person didn't want to do any work to anything, and they weren't going to change. So yeah. Okay, yeah, they didn't do any work, and they're not gonna change. So yeah, you realize that. This was very important for you, collective. Very important. Very important. You weren't gonna receive any material success from it, so you let it go, and now you're gonna move towards the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. Look at there. You used your intuition, and they are very happy with you for that. You made a choice, and they are very happy for that. Your people are very happy with you. You brought the tower to some sneaky shit, to somebody that was backstabbing you, that was sneaky. They were very unstable. They provided a very unstable effort towards your relationship. And now you're going to receive the abundance. Or it could be that they had a third party situation going on too. But I do see abundance coming to you. I do. Cancer season is when this came to a kaboom. July 2nd through July 11th is when something happened here. 2nd through July 11th. They're saying that your material gain is going to pick up here. Yes, you're going to get control of your finances. It's all going to come back. Don't worry. Don't worry, collective. It's coming back. It's coming back. Yay. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, this person... This is the effort that they brought to your love relationship, right? They brought page when they should have been queen or king, but they were a page. They didn't do anything at all for you. You became a magician even when you were weak. You were weak and realized that you're the magician, and you changed the game. Yeah, this person was dragging their feet and they didn't take any action. It's just success unfulfilled in this situation. Yeah, it keeps going on. You did a good job. Nothing was going anywhere, but you were trapped in your head. You're still a little trapped in your head about it. But the thing is, you exited. Good job. Good job, good job, good job. I'm not seeing anything else. Look, the main message is whatever you did broke a cycle, and now you're going to move towards your happiness. You're going to move towards better financial. This was very major in your life, apparently. This is something that I heard this is the last time. The last time. For some of you, this is you will no longer have to. Make sure I get this right. You might not have to go through this anymore in your lifetime. Like this kind of energy that you dealt with could have. Oh, okay. This kind of energy that you dealt with right now, that you just finished dealing with, was the last time that you're ever gonna have to deal with that. I hear Jezebel. Maybe that's it. This is the last time you're ever gonna have to deal with that. Like you just closed the door on that type of energy. You learned a lesson that you needed to learn. Like this seems to be like some kind of struggle for some of you that have been going through this same thing over and over again. If you've been unsuccessful due to the same kind of energy, if you feel like you have every serious relationship that you've been into, it's been the same energy, like hopping into the partner that you choose and you deal with the same kind of situation. What you did right here by closing the door on this made it clear what you're choosing not to have anymore. What you've learned from this, and you no longer have to repeat this lesson again. That's what's being said. So all of your relationships moving forward, you won't have to deal with this kind of energy anymore. Okay, collective, whoever this is that has been dealing with the same thing over and over again, and you did this work and you close this chapter and you feel this way. Of course you're afraid. Your options have opened up. Of course you're afraid to move towards anybody because you still have PTSD, right? Let's disregard this whole entire reading that I just did right here, because this seems to be what the real meat and potatoes is of this message, right? They like to give me a picture first, and then they give me the meat and potatoes afterwards. They like to show me so that I understand what's going on here. And what's really going on here is you went through this for the last time. You learned your lesson from this. You've completed this lesson, and you don't have to go through this lesson anymore in any of the cycles that you're going through, unless you choose to go back to this same type of energy. But for the ones that have learned, you have learned, and you're afraid now because the doors have opened up for better opportunities. Now, no one's saying that you don't have other lessons to learn, but as far as the lesson of the Jezebel and the lesser spirit that was trying to harvest your energy and do all kind of crazy stuff to you, that is pretty much over unless you go back to that, is what's being said. But right now, your options have opened up, and it's, I'm going to show this to you real quick. My nose is itching, like, yeah. Your options have opened up, but they're happy options now. They're a different type of option. But right now, you're still scared because of the Seven of Swords energy that you've always encountered. The sneaky, the shady, the ones that appear to be this, but they have some kind of motive. You know, you're still afraid of making that kind of decision. So you're choosing to be alone and not be involved in anything anymore. But you're done. You finished that. And now it's time for you to move on into a more happier, higher timeline. There you go. As far as relationships go, a higher timeline, a higher quality of match, a more vibrational match to what you are. Now, again, I'm going to tell you, it doesn't mean that everybody's just going to be completely perfect that you bump into, but it's going to be a like attracts like kind of situation where whatever you are internally is what you're going to bump into. So if you're a dirtbag, then you're going to meet a dirtbag. But if you are of a high quality, high caliber mate, you're going to meet that. You're going to bump into that. Will they still have their weird ass quirks and do weird stuff here and there or whatever? Yeah, they're still humans. They're still people, but they are more like-minded. They are more fitted to what it is that you're looking for. It won't be a mismatch. Do you understand? That's what's being said in this message. That's the most important part of this message, okay? That you get that. Everything is about to be restored back to you, okay? Because it's like you went into this this lesson and you gave and gave and gave into this or whatever. And by you completing it and doing it correctly, it's like all of your things will be restored, and then you're going into a reset, but not a complete full reset. It's like you're jumping into things without having to really start over. I don't know how to word that. I don't know how to, the feeling, the energy that I get from that. You're jumping into something without having to start over. And you're being granted something to where it's like you're jumping into whatever you go into, you're doing it without having to really start over. And I'm not understanding that message 100%, but that's basically what's being said. I think you'll get it once you begin to go towards some of these options that you go towards, or pick a option and start to go towards it. It's going to be like, well, damn, it's like I just picked up where I left off and just went right to living life and being happy. It's not like I had to, dig and start a whole new foundation. And that's kind of what I'm thinking that it's meaning when that's what it is. You're gonna not have to dig and start a whole new foundation. You're just gonna jump right into something and just continue living. Please leave me a message and let me know if you've already begun this phase, or when it starts for you, if this hits. Please remember, because this is going to happen. This is happening. This is happening. Yeah, this is really awesome. The energy that I feel that's coming towards whoever's resonating with this. I'm getting a lot. Yo, this is going to be very, very happy for you, because a lot of what people say in life is, well, I just stay with such and such because I don't want to start over with a totally new person and tell them about, all of my problems and who I am. It's like dumping emotional. I don't want to hear that shit coming from somebody else. Like, that's the kind of energy that I'm getting. And this is the reason why people don't leave something where they're totally being treated poorly. They don't leave because that person knows them, and they don't want to take the time to get to know somebody else. So they'd rather sit around and hope that someone would change and do everything that they need to do. And that person is actually using that against that person as a weapon, and they're not ever going to change, and they're going to have their cake and eat it too, because they know that you're not going to leave and do what you need to do. That rhyme. I'm nice. No, I'm just playing. But anyway, yeah, this is a good message for everybody that is, getting ready to go into this phase of things. So your cycle just changed. And I wish you the best. I love you all. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.